Your diesel vehicle is usually an unstoppable workhorse, but lately your fuel economy has plummeted, and the engine feels like it is struggling to breathe, while a warning light dominates your dashboard. Hooking up your code reader reveals P202D, a code that specifically warns you about a reductant leakage in the emissions system. Just like we talked about with other after-treatment codes, your modern diesel uses a specialized pump to pressurize and inject diesel exhaust fluid into the exhaust pipe to neutralize harmful pollutants. The engine computer acts as a strict supervisor, constantly watching the pressure sensors within this fluid system. When the computer commands the supply pump to build pressure, but the sensors report that the pressure is dropping unexpectedly, the computer logically concludes that the fluid is leaking out somewhere. This is a serious problem that requires immediate attention before your truck goes into a restrictive limp mode. Your absolute first step is to crawl underneath the vehicle with a bright flashlight and look for any physical external leaks. Diesel exhaust fluid leaves a very distinct, crusty white crystalline residue when it dries, so carefully inspect the entire length of the fluid lines, the connections at the pump, and the injector nozzle mounted on the exhaust pipe. If you see those white crystals forming anywhere, you have found your external leak. However, if the entire system is completely dry on the outside, you are most likely dealing with an internal failure. The reductant supply pump can actually leak internally, losing its prime and failing to maintain the high pressure required for a proper spray pattern. You can use a bidirectional scan tool to manually command the pump to turn on, and then monitor the live pressure data. If the pump runs but the pressure refuses to climb, the internal seals are likely blown. You also have to consider that the pressure sensor itself might be lying to the computer. Use your digital volt-o-meter to test the sensor's reference voltage and ground circuits, ensuring the sensor is getting a clean 5-volt signal from the powertrain control module. A corroded wire terminal can easily create extra resistance, causing the sensor to send a falsely low pressure reading back to the brain of your truck. Diagnosing these diesel emission systems can be tricky, but taking the time to verify the physical plumbing before you condemn the electronics will save you a massive headache.